This one's for the real MTs. I'm not a rapper, I'm a real MC. I don't have no tails, I'm a human being. I admit the mess and I sell it clean. Yeah, I know I'm nice and I tell it mean. I'm making art, but you selling means, that's jealousy. I'm making my stand, but you wanna cripple me? Tell me I'm a guest and try to little bro me. Acting like the door's hot, but that shit is low key. Don't poke at me, ho. I got dope with me, flows. Spit dope on me, coaches. You know the team froze.
Whoever sees this and subscribes right now, get a free poll. Election not included. What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox Hill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today is Friday, which means we are back with more ERB. Now listen, since it is November and this time of year normally signifies election time within our great nation, I thought, what better way than to piss off everyone and to get myself in even more trouble than by reacting to one of the great presidential battles. I'm talking about Donald Trump versus Hilary Clinton. But before we go any further, I read a stat the other day that 70% of you who watch this channel are not subscribed. Do me a favor, guys. If you like the content that I'm putting out, if you like this video at the end of it, support the channel directly. Consider subscribing, notifications on. Also, as you know, a lot of these reactions I cannot monetize, but I am a music artist myself. There's a good chance to like my breakdowns, the way that I think about music. You'll probably like my music as well. A great way to support the channel is by streaming my music, by downloading it. I'll put the links to that below. Also, shout out to the Patreon and the exclusive content community we have on there. But anyways, we know what we're here for. Donald Trump, Hilary Clinton. Step up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
Donald Trump versus Hilary Clinton!
I've been in this game too long. I'm a public servant. Have been since I met MLK in person. I'm a woman of the people.
Ooh, okay, Hillary Clinton coming through with the flex and the virtue signaling to start with. Yes, it is true. She has met MLK in person before. She's bragged about it multiple times. I think it was with her church pastor or something. I don't know. There's going to be 1,000 of you who comment below and let me know the exact factualness of that statement. Also, I like the setup of this. You know, feels like a presidential debate. You've got the American flag, we the people in the background there, and the build of the music, the production, the way that the synth rises, and just, you could feel it just bubbling over. Let's hope this is an epic one.
Been in this game too long. I'm a public servant. Have been since I met MLK in person. I'm a woman of the people. That's for certain. You're a man of the people who don't like turbans. I was living in the West.
It's a polite way of saying Trump's racist.
I'm a woman of the people. That's for certain. You're a man of the people who don't like turbans. I was living in the West Wing while you were professional wrestling. Got skin like Russian dressing from too much Russian investing.
Okay. All right. I'm not a huge fan of the voice imitation, because to me this isn't Clinton, is it? I don't know. We'll see how it feels. It carries on, but some good bars so far. The Russian dressing, because Russian dressing is orange, and Trump is renowned for being Agent Orange, as Eminem has called him before. He likes his spray tans. He likes his tanning beds. That's for sure. And then obviously you've got the Russian investing implications, as we know, in the back and forth, and the Russian meddling in the elections and all the accusations behind that have been going on, well, ever since Trump has been running and going for the presidency, and ever since he went for re-election. And then what was the other line that we had? Oh, the professional wrestling bar. So I think that's a good point to go. You know, I've been involved in politics for a long time. I have the experience, because remember, at this time, Trump wasn't president. They're running for president. We know who wins ultimately this battle later on. But she's like, you know, I've been involved in this. I've been learning about it. I've been educated. This is the life that I have led. Whereas you are, what are you qualified for? You know, body slamming Vince McMahon in WWE, being on The Apprentice, running around being a celebrity. So, okay, let's go, Hillary.
You're a man of the people who don't like turbans. I was living in the West Wing while you were professional wrestling. Got skin like Russian dressing from too much Russian investing.
She's even doing a Russian dance behind it. Oh,
wrestling. Got skin like Russian dressing from too much Russian investing. You've been going bankrupt since the 90s. If it was any wrong, you couldn't find me. You don't care about the job.
Hang on, what's the hat she's wearing?
You've been going bankrupt since the 90s. If it was any wrong, you couldn't find.
Make Donald Trump again? The John Oliver show. Oh, when that became big and a thing, make Donald Trump, then questioning his family name. in family history in the family name change. Oh, that's a nice little Easter egg to put in there. If I was in Iran, you couldn't find me. Yeah, show a map to a large portion of the American population and ask them to find Iran, and they won't be able to find it. We suck with geography. We think that the world just revolves around us. Fortunately, it doesn't, people. I'm going to let you in on that secret.
Too much Russian invested. Oh, you've been going bankrupt since the 90s. If it was any.
That's right. I wanted to point that out. Going bankrupt since the 90s, which is true. He's had multiple companies that have gone bankrupt, but here's the loopholes of our financial system and the way that liability and assets are set up is that going bankrupt, unless it's happening to you personally, if it's happening to your business, it's not crippling to you. It's actually a tactic that some businesses will use, and then they will just reopen shop under a different name and carry on from there. So it's not like the end-all, be-all, and not necessarily even of a completely failed business that has gone bankrupt. It is a business tactic that has been used within our system multiple times.
Any wrong, you couldn't find me. You don't care about the job, Trump. You just think that desk is shiny. I said that I respect your children, but that wasn't quite right. Yo, looking like some extras from American Psycho.
I respect your children, but that wasn't quite right. Yo, you hear that punchy flow, and it just matches the back and forth of the synth very well. And then, yeah, she did say that in a debate, didn't she? Like, what do you respect about Donald Trump? And it was like one of those, positive but negative burns, an insult wrapped inside of a compliment. I respect his children. Like, I don't respect anything about him, but I can respect his children. But then she goes on to say, you have an American Psycho family. What a great movie. That takes me back. Shout out to Christian Bale and American Psycho. Very good movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Looking like some extras from American Psycho. First name is Hilary, middle name Rado, last name is Clinton, and lyrics I got it.
Is she coming in with a triplet flow right there? A little bit of like Amigos type of flow. First name is Hilary, last name is Rob, and Okay, swag it out.
First name is Hilary, middle name Rado, last name is Clinton, and lyrics I got it. Hair celebrities on The Apprentice. Motherfucker, I fired it like crack. How do I?
Oh, okay. Swag bars. I mean, yes, she was Secretary of State. I would give more credit to Obama for ultimately firing bin Laden and, well, our military and SEALs. But, yeah, okay, all right. She's going to reach and grab that. That's definitely a true character trait of Hillary, just grabbing and taking credit for something she didn't do.
I got it. Hair celebrities on The Apprentice. Motherfucker, I fired it like crack. How do I say this? You're racist. Ooh, you must get so pissed that your hands are too small to stop and frisk. You use your fingers to touch.
That's clever. That's clever lines right there. Trump, big proponent of stop and frisk, like Giuliani was running when he was running NYC at the time, the stop and frisk strategies. So I love how she plays on stop and frisk because there's the literal law and the implications from stop and frisk and what was discussed via politics, but then there's also the sexual innuendo underneath of that and what Trump is really stopping and frisking. And we all know he has, well, I'm sure it will come around, the infamous saying, if I was a betting man, I would put money on it. And then this time, what's funny, when she said, kind of in a veiled way, like you don't like people with turbans, right? She didn't actually say he was racist, she just implied it. This time, she was like, how do I say this? You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to call you racist.
Ooh, you must get so pissed that your hands are too small to stop and frisk. You use your
I love Lloyd's facial expressions.
to touch chicks.
She's only 12 years old.
That's enough shit.
But she's married, sir.
Just gotta get pushy.
That's your daughter.
Well, grab her by the pussy. That's
Who's coming to Vegas with me? Who's coming to Vegas with me?
hands are too small to stop and frisk. You use your fingers to touch chicks.
She's only
I mean, yeah, so she takes the stop and frisk lines to another level and goes even deeper with the stop and frisk, so you use your fingers to touch chicks, and then she's only 12 years old. Oh, that's references, isn't it? What was it? I mean, Trump has made some creepy comments about just weird comments about his daughter before in the past, but I think this one isn't referencing his daughter, it's referencing, wasn't it Paris Hilton he was talking about? When she was like 12? And he's basically saying that, yeah, she's going to be hot. Like, I'd get with her in 10 years or something like that. It was talking about a 12-year-old and, him predicting the future. Just, yeah, not a normal thing to say. And he's been quoted on and have people that have referenced and said that he's talked about his daughter. Like, yeah, that's a good piece of ass. You know what I'm saying? Would you do my daughter? Yeah, high five. Like, just, oh, okay. Okay, that's where we're
12
going.
years old.
That's enough. Shit.
But she's married, sir.
Just gotta get pushy.
That's your daughter.
Well, grab her by the pussy.
Oh my God. That's your daughter. There's the implication right there, like implying Trump would say something about his own daughter in that way. Well, just grab her. Yeah, we all know. We all know it. Just grab her by the pee, people. Go on. Just get on in there. I mean, that's how you come on to a woman. Trump has actually been recorded saying that. That has been leaked. We all know that story. Let's keep it rolling.
That's enough. Shit.
But she's married, sir.
Just gotta get pushy.
That's your daughter.
Well, grab her by the pussy. That's assault, brother. Don't tell me the victim's at fault, sucker. Don't know shit about snakes. You could've walked on the 8th all grade. I'm gotta save the day.
That's clever. That's probably the best wordplay and bar flip so far. The ones on the 8th are great. You don't know shit about steaks, yucca, because Donald Trump used to have his own steak brand, but that failed. Also, what was it? Oh, which book was this one? When he was talking about how Trump, was it his chef that said this? Oh God, I can't remember now. Trump likes his steaks very, very well cooked, like beaten and dead. I mean, that's just wrong. That's criminal, people. If you like your steaks very, very well done, you shouldn't be having steaks. You failed at life. I'm sorry. We worked hard to get to the top of the food chain. Okay, our ancestors have done backbreaking work to get us to the alpha point in life. Okay, we're not going back down the ladder. That's all I'm saying. I love you guys. It's okay. Don't get hurt by your feelings.
Oh, sucker. Don't know shit about snakes. You could've walked on the 8th all grade. I'm gotta save.
But also the stakes plays into the STAKE, like raising the stakes. The stakes are high on the 8th for the future of our country, for the election. There we go. And what was that? Oh yeah, the victims line. Typical sort of thing. We've talked about this in, what was it, when we did Bo Burnham's Welcome to the Internet. And isn't it funny, when you have a victim of sexual assault or different things, a lot of times a tactic that is used is to flip it onto the victim and blame the victim instead of blaming the act itself or the words that you use or the things that you did. You flip it and make it the victim's fault. So this is her playing off of that, and obviously underneath of that you have all the different implications and sexual allegations against Trump.
Victims at fault, sucker. Don't know shit about snakes. You could've walked on the 8th all grade. I'm gotta save the day. I'm gonna rock and roll. Red bitch on the scene like murder she wrote. So go ahead, Dad, let me see it.
We're really bringing out Murder, She Wrote references. I think my grandmother used to watch
Gotta
that.
save the day. I'm gonna rock and roll. Red bitch on the scene like murder she wrote. So go ahead, Dad, let me see it flow. I brought Michelle's speech. Here are some quotes.
Let me just say.
Oh, what was that? Wasn't it yeah, it was Trump's wife. And she she copied some of Michelle Obama's speech. She was plagiarizing, bruh. Okay. That's not bad. Listen, there's some solid swings in that verse. Still not a huge fan of the way that Clinton was portrayed, but maybe it's meant to be that way because, honestly, come on, people. You watch Clinton debate and talk and the way that she carries herself and just, it does make your skin crawl. There's something not right there. But don't worry, those of you are going to say, oh, you're unfair. You voted this way. You have no idea which way I voted, people. Some of you might do. Some of you know how I feel about things. We're going to pick apart both of these candidates. So let's get it.
Let me see it flow. I brought Michelle's speech. Here are some quotes.
Let me just say, I respect all females, but your rhymes are trash. Put them next to your emails. Our country's in crisis. Who wants to vote for the mother?
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's fun. Oh, Trump, listen, say what you want about the man. He knows how to hold a crowd. He knows how to keep you on the edge of your seat. He's good in front of a camera. He's a good public speaker. So I love the way that Lloyd started this off. Let me just say, like, you just build it up, right? You feel it all rise and getting ready for his big punchline. And he doesn't let you down when he drops a punchline. That I respect all females because that's in response to the grab her by the pussy lines and all that. But the emails, Hillary, that was dumb. She sending thousands of classified emails, not on the protected, secure government server on her private, unprotected server. Like, come on, people. Higher offices, classified, very important information. All this talk of Russian hackers, Chinese coming after us. So many enemies out there, so many people wanting to hack and track us and get valuable information from us. Yeah, that was just, I mean, even, listen, she was never charged for it. Even the FBI came out after doing, 2 investigations and were like, yeah, that was pretty damn irresponsible. So, and here's the thing. Let's talk a little bit of politics quickly, everyone. Vote Knox Hill. Or don't. That's probably a terrible decision. But just because you voted for someone, or just because you feel a certain way about a political party, and that's the party that you align with, don't treat your candidates like they're infallible, okay? I'm going to let you in on a secret, guys. Everyone is human. Everybody does dumb things. Everybody makes mistakes. Trump has said and done some stupid things. Clinton has said and done some stupid things. They are human beings, right? We're allowed to put them under the microscope. We are allowed to point out when they misstep. That is the power of the people, and that is what we should do. We should always hold our politicians accountable. But just because, like, you voted for one of them or you support a certain party, don't just give them just blanket validation on whatever they do, okay? Treat them like you would treat any other person. Don't feel like you're pressured to be a certain way and you always have to defend them. No, you can critique your own party. You can critique your own candidates. That is a beautiful part of the democratic process and the constitutional republic in which we live. Anyways, let's continue.
Put up next to your emails. Our country's in crisis. Who wants to vote for the mother of ISIS? That might not be exactly true, but I don't do. I like that.
Lloyd plays a very good Trump. It's the facial expressions for me. It's just the personality and the character. Oh, and like there, one of Trump's like many wild accusations that has no factual basis behind it that he's made just throughout his career. And in this case, he's implying, well, he's basically just said that Clinton was the mother of ISIS, which we know is just that is not true. Okay. I mean, you could try to make an argument that there was a power vacuum created via Iraq and proxy, and then that eventually led to the rise of ISIS. But you can't say that she literally gave birth to ISIS. That is, yeah. And that's why even he says, well, that might not be exactly true. But hey, fuck it. I don't really care about the facts anyway.
Trash. Put up next to your emails. Our country's in crisis. Who wants to vote for the mother of ISIS? That might not be exactly true, but I don't do. I like that. Well, you don't talk about misogyny. Your bill's worse than Cosby. He left a mess on that dress like you left in Benghazi. You wanna...
Oh, there's some good lines right there. Like Hillary had really good wordplay that I pointed out. This was probably the best wordplay so far. Your bill's worse than Cosby. Bill Cosby, as we know, used to drug women and do awful things to them. Bill Clinton, though. Bill Clinton. Monica Lewinsky. Yeah, we all know that story too, don't we? So the mess on the dress, because one of the things that was used as evidence when he was getting impeached was because he left some of his man juice on Monica Lewinsky's dress. So that's the dress reference. And then what's the other line? Oh, the bill. The bill could also be taken as a triple. Like one of Clinton's bills that he's critiquing is worse. And then the line, the Benghazi line as well. Now there's a lot of speculation behind that Clinton knew that the attacks were coming on the compound in Benghazi. And we did end up having Americans killed there, unfortunately. And she had a chance to get them out, and they were just abandoned. And that was a big critique and a big stance that many Republicans use against Clinton in Benghazi.
Cosby, he left a mess on that dress like you left in Benghazi. You wanna break the glass ceiling, Hillary, I sense it. The only crack you'll find is my ass pressed against it. Numbers are in it, I'm right.
Breaking the glass ceiling, becoming the first female to become president of the United States of America. So the figurative glass ceiling, but Trump puts a literal image into all of our minds of not it cracking, the glass cracking, of a different type of crack, a more beautiful, full-mooned orange crack against the ceiling that Clinton can kiss. This is beautiful poetry, people.
The only crack you'll find is my ass pressed against it. Numbers are in it, I'm riding your tail. I don't have the stamina, baby, you're frail.
The numbers are in and I'm right on your tail. He's going back to the Migos flow like Clinton used. Baby, you're frail. Will that be referencing the 9/11 attacks when Clinton was... yeah, that was something that was used, wasn't it? Because I can't remember. She wasn't well. And then she couldn't make appearances during the time to talk on issues and things. And so she was taken away. I can't remember the full story of that one. But I remembered it was leverage to point out, like, oh, hey, she's frail. She can't handle, like, conflict. She can't handle, like, a very serious situation, which is kind of silly in of itself because, I mean, she is a career being involved in politics and having to deal with difficult situations. I mean, she was Secretary of State. So, you know, ton of experience, ton of time in office, ton of time being around people who have also been in office. So if she couldn't handle that, then she wouldn't be in the job in the first place. So that was definitely a stretch. I mean, you know, what always gets me, what I find funny, and this is, again, maybe it's because I've been lucky enough to live in other countries, to travel, play football abroad and different things, is that U.S. elections are always funny for me because it really does become like a popularity contest. And instead of focusing on the issues and the platforms that each candidate's party stands for, we just really hone in on the candidates as if the candidate is the only one making any decisions, the only one deciding the fate of our country. Like, we don't realize what's so important is who the candidate is bringing in, what people come in with them. What is the balance of power within the House? What is the balance of power within the Senate? Because they rely on the legislator to get their laws passed through. You know, what's the status of the judiciary at the time? We are a huge, huge machine, people, and a huge bureaucracy. And one person does not have as much control as we place upon the office of president. And then the second thing, too, is that, again, instead of focusing on issues, we focus on the people. Like, there's always just ad hominem attacks. It's always just attacking the person and not, like, the logic and the issues and the policies that they stand for. Like, it really does turn into popularity contests nowadays. And I wish it was more focused and our debates focus more and more on the issues, and the news coverage and the media is to blame for a lot of that. But it's crazy. Anyways, Knox going off on tangents. Let's keep it rolling.
Ceiling Hillary, I sense it. The only crack you'll find is my ass pressed against it. Numbers are in it, I'm riding your tail. You don't have the stamina, baby, you're frail. This'll be just like a way when you fail. Trouble will pull you to jail. How do I say?
I love the jail bars closed and Trump will appoint you to jail. What was it? When another debate moment and Clinton was basically like, I mean, yeah, that debate was like two kids arguing with each other. It definitely got low blows left and right, but Clinton was like, said a comment about Trump not being president yet, and thank God for that. And Trump was like, yeah, because you'd be in jail. I mean, it was a nice comeback from Trump, and he'd be like, yeah, you, And then 2008, we all know what happened. Clinton thought that she was having a surefire run, but then this man named Barack Obama came through and wreaked havoc on that dream.
Away when you fail, trouble will pull you to jail. How do I say this? Year two. And you almost lost the primary to a socialist Jew. One of the American people.
Don't do Bernie Sanders like that. I love how he's mirroring Clinton's scheme when Clinton was like, how do I say this? You're racist. So Trump likes to rate women on a 1 to 10 scale, so he's giving her a really, really low rating right there. And then the socialist Jew is the Bernie Sanders lines. Should we talk about Bernie Sanders? Yeah, let's do it quickly. Why not? I mean, we're diving in. Listen, the failure, in my opinion, of the Democratic Party at the time was not to recognize the landscape of the people. And Hilary Clinton was the same old politician to a lot of people. And our country wanted change. Our country really wanted change. And the best that our system could do to give them a more radical candidate, to give them someone different, was Donald Trump. But you know what? Our system also gave another radical candidate, so to speak, on a different end of the perspective that could have shook things up, just like Trump did, that would have been different, that a lot of the nation kind of wanted at the time. They didn't want the same career politician that Clinton represented. There was a lot of distrust against it, and there still is a lot of distrust against our government and a lot of politicians. And Sanders, honestly, probably would have had a better chance against Trump than Clinton did. I mean, really. And unfortunately, Hillary had the Democratic National Committee. I mean, she had so much control over the inner workings of the Democratic Party. I mean, there's even been statements on this. There's been, stories that have come out about it, but all the different things that they did to really block Sanders' rise and to make sure that Clinton was leveraged to be successful over Sanders. And all the little tricks that were done in the scheduling of the primaries, the way that things were set up in terms of TV time, what was allocated, they definitely had an agenda that Sanders was not going to win the Democratic nomination. It was going to be Clinton. It was set in stone, and a lot of things happened to make sure that that followed through. So, lo and behold, then Clinton gets her chance against Trump, and well, whole world was shocked with what happened after that. But if you were reading the political environment and the stance of a lot of people, you could have seen that change was on the horizon. And again, unfortunately, we have a two-party system. We only get choice A or choice B. I wish we had more candidates. I wish we had greater representation. I wish we focused more on issues and political platforms and ideologies. But yeah, our system deserves to give the people better.
Almost lost the primary to a socialist Jew. What are the American people? Got a Yankee doodle do? You're gonna throw your fat face that they're just not that into you. What a strong male leader who could stand up to China. Not a graded little wishy-washy bleeding heart vagina. I'm gonna run these streets like I run my casinos. More police and less Latino. You bury us in debt buying poor people's socks. I'll create jobs, tearing down mine. I'll use all.
Oh my God. Oh, you talk about taking like an insult and wearing it like armor and flipping it. So he's basically taking the racist insults and he's going, we're going to tear down the mosque. That's how I'm going to create more jobs for the economy. And then I love when he did the China bar and you heard behind the whispering like China, China, China. Like he just has this way of saying China. And yeah, that was a platform that Trump stood on, was that, you know, he would be more hard-nosed and tough-edged with this Cold War that we're currently facing and fighting against China. And you need a strong leader versus the bleeding heart vagina that he pictured her as. You know, she gets too, what he's trying to paint there and categorize her as is saying, you know, she's too emotional. She can't make the hard decisions that need to be made for our security, for our freedom, for our protection, for our future growth. And then the socks line, playing off of the, you know, there's always the generalization as it stands, which is true. You know, Democrats tend to want to raise taxes because they have more government programs and welfare programs that they want to spend upon versus Republicans who are not as in favor as that. But, I mean, you look at policies over the years. Republicans have raised taxes. Democrats have lowered on both sides. Just depends on the climate at the time and what plans whatever the ruling party wants to try to follow through on.
I'll create jobs, tearing down mine. I'll use all the best rocks from the site to build a wall. Dip it in gold and make Mexico pay for it. I'll make this country.
The infamous, he's going to build the wall and make Mexico pay for it. I love how, again, it's just his way of speaking. I'm going to take all the best rocks, like the greatest rocks in the world, and we're going to dip them in gold. Gold-plated walls, baby. It's happening. We're going to give that big-ass bill over to Mexico. It's going to be done, paid for, and sorted. Sexy chicken time. Sorry, guys. Camera died, but we are back with more. All right, let's keep this great debate rolling.
Right again. We'll all be living wrong. I'll tell Congress you're fired. And put Charles in charge. 'Cause this whole system.
It's a strange line. Charles in charge? Sitcom reference to Charles in charge? But I do like that you're fired before that because obviously he's infamous on The Apprentice. You're fired. So in this case, he's firing Clinton from becoming president.
I'll tell Congress you're fired. And put Charles in charge. 'Cause this whole system's rigged. And we all.
Oh, fire her because she was senator at the time too. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's why he's firing her from Congress. Hang on.
We'll all be living wrong. I'll tell Congress you're fired. And put Charles in charge. 'Cause this whole system's rigged. And we all know the rigor. For the last 8 years, this country's been run by.
Are you fucking kidding me with this blah, blah, blah? I have a mind to freeze you both to my overtime. I've a motherfucker disgusting up in TMZ. You got brother black and brother on the Facebook feed.
Oh, this is gold. Fucking Abe Lincoln has a platinum grill as he's swooping in on an eagle. This is up there with the Michael Bay cameo drop in for me. And rigors, the last 8 years the country's been run by. You know where Trump was going with that and what was being implied there. And what does Lincoln do? He just swoops in and goes, are you fucking kidding me? This is not happening anymore.
You got brother, black and brother on the Facebook page.
That's true.
Sick and tired of this ridiculous shit.
Oh, listen to this beat switch, and all of a sudden the string impacts. I like this beat.
On the Facebook
Ready?
I'm so sick and tired of this
That's dope.
ridiculous shit. If this is the best my party gets, then my party should quit. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Did I say something that you found funny? Wipe that creepy ass smile off your face and beat this dummy. If she
Wipe that creepy ass. Oh, I like that he's dissing both of them. And as we know, Abraham Lincoln, people, was Republican. He was one of our forefathers of the Republican Party. So that's him going, wow, this is what my party is giving the world now. And you got nowhere to talk over here, Clinton.
Win the White House, be a man and hold the door. Don't get your fans stirred up in some sort of Twitter civil war. Here's an equal opportunity smackdown in a sequel. Let's have the people, by the people, for the people.
What the fuck is happening? Wow. Oh my goodness. I think we're done. Can I fast forward? Yeah, we're done. I'll tell you what. I enjoyed that. I'm sure below I'm just going to get slated. Someone's not going to like how I talked about their beloved candidate or party. But hey, shit happens, people. The winner of this one was Abe Lincoln. Easy. I love how at the end he goes to slap Hillary because he slaps Trump twice. And then he does that to Hillary. Right? So either he's just slapping Trump twice and then Hillary's going to get hers. And he's like, I'm still not hitting a woman. Or he gave Trump one of the slaps that was destined for Hillary. But the best exit was just him going, this election should be by the people, for the people. Shout out to, was that Emancipation Proclamation when he made that one? Gettysburg Address? Man, come on, Knox's history brain. What is wrong with me? Anyways, it's from one of Lincoln's greater speeches. And in this case, he signs off by just riding away on his eagle. I wish we all could ride away on an eagle sometimes, and that would be dope. ERB, you were Knox Hill certified. So if you guys like today's video, listen, this has been a long enough video already. If for some reason you're here at the end of it, support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay positive. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you again. I'm out.